Hey there, welcome back to the table. I thought about it some more. I'm only 3 victory points away. I'm going to move on to 1944. And we're going to do 44 early. And let's get this switched to the dual. There we go, much better. So 44 early. Then we got to see what we roll here. So it is still 50-50 all the way down here. As you can see, doesn't matter what year it is. So 1 to 5 is Germany North, 6 to 10 is not. And I rolled a 1. So we're staying in Germany North, which is fine by me. And then, I gotta reach really far here to get everything. So just to give you a small, this is if we were in the Mediterranean, you can see that it's, these numbers are very close. They're slightly smaller. And then this is very similar here. The other thing is with 44 early, there's like nothing new that comes available. We have one thing here. The ME262 is late, 44 late, I mean, but nothing comes at 44 early, nothing at all. The Romanians, the Romanian fighters are here. You can get 2 of them for 1 OP. They're no better than the Italian ones, so there's just really no point to them. So yeah. Not much is changing. And that's, I think, why I wanted to just jump into the season. I've recorded for at least 30 to 40 hours so far. And the fact that some of you are still watching this and keeping up with me, it's very impressive, and I salute all of you. Also wanted to say Happy Canada Day, especially to you, Andrew. Happy Canada Day. I didn't forget you, eh? Let's keep going. All right, so the 4, you can see here we're always going to be on map 4 basically, and it is a possibility we'll get 7 or 8, but because we're in Germany North, we're going to have the worst map. Actually, if you were Germany South, you would actually have a little bit better maps, but not the case here. So let me, I'm going to pause this and then get this map switched over to 4. Map formation 4. And poof. Your screen should have changed. Okay, one other thing before we get into the details. It is 1944 early, and we have to make a decision. And that decision is, are we going to do the Sturm 190 optional rule? So I know we covered this a couple of times, but in response to the combat box in early 1944, began getting heavily armed version of the FW-190 called the battering ram. So we can use it to equip called Sturm 190s. Half of our pilot roster can have Sturm 190 pilots. I may do this regardless of the campaign type, and either just do top or bottom. Well, in our case, the pilot roster, as you may recall, the top half is BF-109. The bottom half is FW-190, so basically all of these would be Sturm 190s, if that's what we're going to do. They have an inherent, spelled wrong, cannon and armor. They're also allowed to adopt aggressive attitude, which is the next page. They're automatically equipped with armor and cannon. They do not cost extra. You may not attach additional armor or cannon. Nor may you attach rockets, which we never attach rockets anyways. Uses the FW-190 row on the combat table, but you have to apply the -2 modifier. When you score a damage result, treat it as though it has a cannon. And then the fate obviously has the armor. I mean, that's just a little bit of over redundancy there. And then the aggressive attitude can cause you, when you take a hit, you get an extra hit. But remember, you can always cancel that extra hit with a TP point. That's what this is. So that's a nice little feature, as long as you have TP, of course, which we have been lately. And then with the layered armor, if you're hit during the attack phase, if it's a cockpit or engine hit, you get to cancel the hit completely, cockpit or engine. Also, we could draw 3 damage markers if we want, and instead of 2, and apply 1, put the other 2 back in the cup, with each and every damage result garnered by a Sturm 190 in aggressive attitude. You may apply 2 of the 3 if you're willing to go to no ammo. Now, if attacking from the tail or oblique, you can spend a TP and you get a ride the tail result even if you didn't have one. If oblique, you can add a R result, shift the fighter to the space behind the bomber, and ignore pass-through results. If oblique, you may immediately select a new maneuver, but you must choose to attack again. Draw a tail attack card for the next attack. So even if you're coming in oblique, you can then just go right to the tail instead of doing whatever else, and you ignore the continuing fire. So it's basically like you get to attack twice. So it sounds awesome, doesn't it? I mean, I think it gives us a huge edge. The only drawback to this is, of course, if you take in all FW190s with these cannons and armor, you're still limited to 8. The rules don't say it, but I'm going to assume that's the case. And then also, with the cannons, you're limited to 12. Oh, excuse me. The other thing is, remember, in 1944 early, there's going to be escorts all the time now. There's no way to have no escorts. So the escorts, when they do intercept you, you're going to be easier to shoot down because you're weighed down with cannons and armor. So that's one thing to bear in mind. All right. So should we do it? I think we should, because, the whole point of this game is to show you stuff. And if I don't do it, all I'm doing is I'm just stubbornly trying to beat this game, with the difficulty level where it currently is. I sort of feel like it's making the difficulty a little bit easier, having Sturm 190s, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I would rather, let's explore the new rules so people can see them. Okay. So I rolled an 8, and we would have an outbound mission. This is 44 early. And you can see outbound gets you 20, but the inbound is only 18, so it's not like it's that much of a difference. Now here, on an outbound mission, this is the turn the escort arrives. So here the escorts are there the whole game. Here they arrive on turn 5. On the inbound mission, this is the turn that they exit. So here they're the whole game. They leave on turn 10. They leave on turn 6. And then here, over the target, it's the turn they exit. So here they would leave on turn 4. So if I wanted to do over the target, I don't get as many experience points, mind you, or victory points, I mean, but the escorts will leave earliest. Here, they arrive after turn 5. So you have like 5 turns to do some stuff, and then they arrive. So where am I going with this? The inbound mission is actually really hard now. And think it through. Not only do you have less OP, that's always been the case. You do get 2 victory points per. However, they're here the whole game. Here they're here until turn 10. There's only 12 possible turns. And this is pretty much the whole game, or they're here until turn 6. And like I said, the maximum is 12. So you can maybe, squeak out a few turns. Surviving the game until turn 6 is hard. that means you have to avoid these escorts, and they could be doing anything. You've seen how these escorts play. So the 2 victory points is a lot harder to do. Now, we get 10 missions. We only need 40 points instead of 60, so that relaxed a bit. So, I mean, there's some things that have worked our way. The outbound is quite good. They don't start getting escorts until turn 5, so we can basically do all of our damage prior to turn 5. The near target, of course, is very good. They stay with them, but they would leave on turn 4 or even turn 5, which is not that much worse than turn 4. But here they would leave a lot earlier than with the over target or inbound. Now you're getting less victory points. That's the issue. But then the flak is helping you. So that's what we are up against. And what's the right way to play this? I don't know. I don't go to 1944 very often in my games. I would tell you that the near target or outbound are going to be easier missions, and that the inbound is going to be high risk, high reward. But because it's high risk, you could, possibly come out with nothing because the escorts ruined your day. That's, I think, my best advice here. I would say that near target is better than outbound because you get the same amount of points, but you get a better outcome here. So I rolled for outbound. I rolled and I got outbound. So let's just stick with what I rolled. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. You know what? No, I'm going to spend 7 and switch it to near target. So we're going to do a near target. All right, so let's roll. I rolled a 9. That's an excellent roll, but you need a 10, and I'm going to take the 10. So I'm going to spend another 7. And why? Because we have 1,000,000 experience points. Why not? And then this one, I rolled a 9, which does put me to the end. So I get that for free. So this one is an L4T. And a T on this map is the P38 twin engine. And L is light, which means we take 2 of them away. So that's these guys. And we're going to go ahead and take this one and that one away. Haven't played with these in over 10 missions. All right, so that part is done. Let's move on. I'm going to go ahead and get these off. Okay, so we have to use the inbound map to determine damage. I rolled a 4, which is a nothing burger. Okay, so now we're going to flip to the near target. And we're going to roll for anchor. I rolled a 4 again, so the anchor is level and low. I didn't realize the anchor tokens have stuff on the back of them. All right, level and low. Next is the sun. I rolled a 2, so it's high nose. And then the tactical points, I rolled a 6, which gives us 2 tactical points. So it puts us to 4. Now, if I want to, I can spend to change these numbers. And then I'm going to do, I just rolled a 9, so I get 6 for the flight limit. And this is the part that's interesting. I didn't catch this part. The flight limit is a lot shorter. If I'm over the target, see, it goes all the way to 12. Or I'm sorry, if I'm out inbound. See how it goes all the way to 12? when you're near the target, it's not as long. So maybe it's not as helpful as I thought it would be. And then the outbound one, which is the one I was contemplating, see, that goes up to 12 again. So this is not as good. I did roll a 9, which gives me a 6. I'm sorry. Yeah, a 6. And that would make it an 8 for the flight limit. Now the escorts are exiting on turn 4. So we got to survive 4 turns, and then we only have 4 more before it's done. Or I can spend some points and turn this into an 8, which becomes a 10. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend again to add 2 more flight turns. Now, why am I doing that? Largely because I'm going to spend one of the flight turns just to get tactical points. So I need to go up to 10 just to do that. And then if they leave on turn 4, we got a good 6 turns to, try to do some damage. So, all right, so we're doing near target, and we're getting 20 tactical, or 20 OP, and we're on map 4. And I just spent 3 experience, so we're at minus 21 EP so far. And we have still over 100, even if we don't get a single experience point back. Now we're going to roll for contrails. I rolled a 4. Oh, there are no contrails. Sorry. It says use the inbound situation on page 20. I'm pretty sure that 4 is no contrails. Nope, it's not. Okay. We do move to the 1944 sheets for the pursuit maps. So what do we got here? Well, this is a 43. So the V-24 now moves up to 6 wing. So their wing gets better. And somebody pointed this out, and I have played this game for how many countless hours and never noticed it. But the gunner changes. So here it says if there's 2 or more damage markers, and that's what that little 2 means. See how it shows 2 symbols? So you need 2 of them to get -1. That's why you have 2 squares here. If you look like on this side, that's only 1. And so I never noticed that before. So yeah, you need 2 hits to the gunner in order for that -1 to go into effect. And then this was the 1943 for the B-17, and this is the 43 for the B-24. So the B-24, 1 hit nailed the gunner. Here, 2 hits nails the gunner. So that was a lesson learned for me, and my apologies there. And great catch to the person that pointed that out. And now we go to I'm getting all my... So here is the B-17 pursuit map for 44. If you're green, I'm not seeing a huge change, but the rudder damage increased to 4. So it got a little bit stronger. And then when you get to the silver side, for 44 and 45, it gets even stronger. And here you can see you need 3 hits. So, and the fuselage goes up. So everything just gets tougher and tougher. So for this particular map, we're definitely not B-24s. We're on map 4, and you can see here they're all silver because it's map 4. So we would be on the toughest of the toughest, this one right here. And I don't know what would cause the green map. I guess if you since it's 44, it's just that would be if you have some kind of smaller map. But yeah, we're gonna have the toughest of the toughest. So what's next? We got to spend our OPs. Oh. The tables are changing. So here, we now have just one table. It doesn't matter if you're Mediterranean or Germany. Remember, Mediterranean was a real jerk. Over here, it's all 1. Here, this was a lot harder than this side, right? So now we go here, and this is all interceptions. So a 9 to 11 is interceptions. That's a garble, which is never all that great. And so only a 15 or higher is good. Now when we go to the final approach, it gets a little bit better because garbles aren't the worst thing in the world, and then you get intercepted there. So there's a lot more interception opportunities here. Okay, so let's dig in. Spend our OPs, we got 20. So if I get Bar, Aaron, Frey, and Ifland, that would be 4 cannons right there and 4 armor. And then Doppler here has no experience points whatsoever, but he would be another Sturm 190 opportunity, right? So we could throw him in for that. The cannons and armor are free, so we don't have to pay anything. Now, obviously, I need the third half of my my attorneys at law, Obleaser, and then lately we've been adding Richter, right? So normally we would never send Doppler on a mission. It was normally about this. So we're sending about 7 guys. And Obleaser and Richter would always be the questionable ones, you know, because they're the second cousins, you know, stepsisters. But just keeping everything in mind, I would need to buy 3 cannons for this. If I want them to have cannons, it would be 3 cannons. And we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 cannons there. Now, why is this a problem? Well, if we want to do the... Just drop stuff. So we like to bring in our JU-88s with cannons. So that would be 6 cannons right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So that's 6 cannons. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, we're out. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannons, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's all I can do. So the question is, I mean, this is where the Sturm 190 rule sort of sucks. So I can send less named guys, right? And then that adds another cannon available for them. But that's really the trade-off. You know, do I have to have cannons? No. And you could also argue that maybe Schmidt doesn't need the cannon because he's so good, he can make his own hits. These guys need the cannons because they're begging for hits. You know, you could argue that too. The thing is with the aggressive attitude, you sort of want him in there because they're going to be quite decent. Now, I have 4 more named guys we can add to this mix. We have Ehlers, Haas, Clausen, and Grzelowski, but they're all greenies because they've been shot down and killed. So we have a massive amount of experience points we need to give them, but they can come in as Sturm 190s with their crappy green skills, but it's just something we have to bear in mind, and if they ever die, they're out of the roster. So that may not be a good idea. So that's where 4 of our guys have gone. So that's why we only have 5 that are really available. So the cannons have been very helpful. Now, here's another thing to consider. These cannons have been helpful because we've had no escorts. Escorts like to go to tail level a lot. They will protect tail level, and these guys can only shoot from tail level, so there is opposing forces, and we don't have the forces to kick them out. All we can do is hope to survive long enough for them to just fly away because they are running out of fuel. So that's problem 1. Problem 2 is just even getting the rockets off can be a big challenge. But we do have rockets still as an option. And here's BF-110 Group 1 and BF-110 Group 2. I do like the idea of them having armor. These guys don't have armor. So let's calculate points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. And then the armor costs 1. So this would be 19 to give armor to all 3 of these guys. And then 20 would be to add some ME410s to the mix so we can take care of interceptors, right? So, so if that was all one group, this is all another group. The BF-109s you have to pay to equip. Schmidt does not have a cannon because we needed cannons for all these and for the Ju-88s. And of course, we're out of cannons that we're allowed to give out. So Schmidt will not have a cannon. We may live to regret that. And then these 3, of course. So I hope I don't have to get into, my flight pattern. I'm just going up the middle like I always do. These are our cannon fodder. And, this was just 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Armor is 19. Cannons would be 20. I mean, this is a weird one. Because this is not a full 3 cannons, do I have to spend 1 for each? And actually, technically, the rules are yes. So I'm going to take Doppler out. So now I could get 3 cannons for 1 price, 1 OP. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But remember, we're doing vector maps, so I get 2 more. That's where it gets interesting, because if I throw this in, then what, right? I can't have extra cannons and armor. Well, I can have armor, but I can't have extra cannons. So then what I'm doing then is I'm taking this away, and then that's adding 1, 2. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. So what do I do with my 2 extra points? Well, I guess, the writing on the wall is we could lose a few OP and be okay, because I'm sitting here unable to figure out how to spend 2 extra points. What I can do is I can add some more cannon fodder. That's the first thing. Never hurts to have it. And then I can just add another person. I just can't add this one unless I want to affect all my numbers because of the Sturm 190 rule. So we could add Luce or Ziegert or Mac or, one of these guys. So, or we can add a cable. Somebody was asking me if I should do that again. I could actually take this away and give him the cable. Oh, I don't know. I can even give him a bomb. It would be 21 points, this in this situation. This would be 22, or the cable would be 22. Why do I even keep insisting on this dang cable? You know what? It's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day, Andrew. And Andrew has written comments throughout this series. You may have seen them along the way where he believes in the cable. He just thinks that I'm an awful dice roller. So we're going to do, for Canada Day's sake, we're going to forego the extra 3 guys and put one cable on loose here and see if for Canada Day we can roll a little bit better and get some nice results. All right, I need to pause to get caffeine break, and we will get started on the vector map. Okay, let's rock. All right, that is 15. And a 15 is a pretty good outcome. So let's do a radio. And I rolled an odd, which is not good. -1 TP and a delay marker on one plane, so that's not an issue. Heck, we can even put because the escorts are going to be there, we could delay some of our good guys so they don't get affected. I'll go ahead and put it on one of these ME410s. And then we have a down bomber, which I rolled an even for. So the 2 damage is a rudder and an elevator. Is the elevator still a kill? That is an auto kill, that one right there. So who am I going to send after it? Well, I'm going to send my delayed guy after it, of course. There, I didn't roll 1, so we're fine. So yeah. And then this guy's going to go home safe because it's just a flyby. I don't even have to resolve this. And we get 2 experience and just 1 victory point, though. All right, so now we move up to the next level. And that's a bad roll, a 10. So 1's going to have to go home and 1 gets intercepted. So we got the go home guy. And then this one's getting intercepted. So if you look on the zone here, it's an evasion of 9 and an altitude advantage of 7. So let's do the evasion roll. Altitude advantage, nothing. And then I think it's just 1 die roll, right? So I rolled a 4. That's not good. Whatever is happening here is not a good outcome. So an ME410 is here. We're up against one of these P-38s with a strength of 4. We had no, and I rolled a 4. So it's an SX. So S is scattered, and then this gets killed. So that's going to go into our negative OP box. So -1 so far. All right, but this disappears, though. That's 1 less escort for us on the main map. And now we're going to roll for the final spot. And we rolled a 17, which is fantastic, especially since all of our cannon fodder was gone. And a 17 is a radio and a bomber. Let's roll for the radio first. I got an even. That gives us 2 more OP points, which is funny because I don't know if I really have 2 more I want to spend, but like I could bring in some ME410s or maybe some name guys. Yeah, let's do some name guys. We'll do Mac and Newman. So we got 2 more here. And then let's roll for the bomber. And I rolled a 10, so this bomber takes 2 damage. And what do we got? We got a wing and a fuselage. So that's not a guaranteed kill. Who do I send after him? It's a great question. I think we will send... So do I send one of these guys? The answer is probably no. These guys will help with swarm support. I think I'm going to send Schmidt, because this is like the kind of thing that Schmidt should be able to take out. So we'll send Schmidt on that one. Everybody else is going to happily make it to their final destination. All right, so let's get this out. Resolve this right away. We got a wing damage and a fuselage. And Schmidt coming in high. And no, I did not spend any TP. So let's roll for the wing damage. Nothing there. And then let's do nose high. Nose high is nothing. And then Schmidt has a target times 2, or timing times 2, and an aim. So we're going to get 3 hits in. He also had quick. So let's check this one more time. Yeah, quick didn't change anything. So timing times 2 and aim. So here's timing times 1. And right there's 4 wing damage. That's a kill. Only took 1 hit. All right, so 2 more experience, 1 more victory point, and then Schmidt gets 2. He levels up. So we're going to give him aim times 2. And Schmidt goes home a hero. All right, all done. Okay, so now we got to roll for this nonsense. I rolled a 10, which is bad. 10 means oh no, that's actually really good. They're all below trailing. That's good. It was the other way around that's bad. A 1 would have been bad. Okay. Now what are we doing with these turkeys? Well, we got to study this real quick. If they're below trailing, flanks are the trouble spots, and then the tail low. Now, obviously I want to come in tail low, but that's the issue. We can't do that. Tail level becomes a problem. That's nose level, and then tail high there. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to come in and flank low, and then swing over to tail level. But if anybody ever shows up at tail low, that totally screws our plans. So that's the issue. All right, so what does that mean in terms of translation? Well, these guys are going to come in flank low because they can go to the tail at any time. So we have all of these plus the guy with the cable all there. Okay, now that's 4, 8, 11, 14, 15. So I'm going to reduce the flight limit by 1 and then give ourselves 15, and that was 3, so that'd be 18. So there we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is take one of these no-name guys and put one of them on tail low. So that way if an escort goes there, he'll be the one that takes them. And then I'm just going to put this one actually on the flank low as well, so I'll give myself another TP. And then these guys here, we're going to come in nose low with our name guys, and these two, yeah, they're all going to be nose, at the nose. Okay, that's the plan so far. I may have made a few mistakes here, but we'll see. So I got to slow down a little bit. That was my move. There's an escort phase we got to do right now. So we're going to roll. I rolled a 4, which is tail low. So this one is going to go to the tail low, and we're going to get a dogfight right now, or whatever you call it, aerial combat with Mac. So it's a 2. That's obviously not a 2. And we're going to roll. A 5 is not a great roll. But a BF 109, he came in below trailing. So below trailing is escort initiating aerial combat directly from here are never higher. So are they higher than the escort? Is the fighter higher than the escort? The answer is yes. But then we have a no. And then I rolled a 5, which puts us here. So that's a dogfight response or result. So all that means is that they're going to go into the dogfight box, and they will dogfight again the next time. must remain until aerial combat is resolved again. So they would do it again. The issue, though, is now it's going to be a no-no because we won't have altitude advantage anymore. So that's the issue. But they're off having their own little soiree, and we move to mission turn 2. So all these guys are going to go to tail level. All of them. This one is going to go to tail high for the same price, which is free. And then this Newman guy is going to go to tail low to intercept another one, if another one were to come by. So basically, they're just running interference. And I probably should have just grabbed 3 of those instead of the 2 name guys. Now that I know how I'm using these guys, I really should have just grabbed 3 of those. Because then you're not risking losing pilots and all that jazz. But and we would have gotten 1 more for the same. Actually, we would have gotten a lot more because that only cost us 1 OP to get 3. Okay, we did our move. Now we're going to go ahead and do escort. So this time I rolled an 8, which is not good because this one goes to above trailing, and that's very, very bad. That means people are going to get hit. So we move up. And yeah, that above trailing is not good at all. Okay, so we got to resolve this. If I roll high, it's great. A 6 is better than a 5 was. A 6 puts us in the next one, and it's the breakout and or break off, and the break off means they both go home. So we're okay with that. All right. We are at tail level. So we can shoot some rockets. We can get a lot of stuff off now before it's too late. So it's time for blast and flak. Oh, we're over the target. So we got to go back. We're on mission turn 2. So in mission turn 1, we would have done some kind of flak. So I just rolled a 6, and so let's check that out. So the 6 puts us here, and what it's saying is that there's a hit on 1, 2, 3 fighters. I know there's so 1, 2, 3. So the one in front, the one on the end, and one on the end. All right. So first one. That's a wing. It's going to be this guy. Okay, that one goes down with a wing damage, and that's on mission turn 1. So we have a fallen. And then the next one, it's another wing damage here. And then the third one, oh, I just found a token in the wrong cup, is a fuselage hit there. Okay, so backing up a little, at the start of mission turn 2, I could send somebody to go after this guy, and I will. That's what these guys are here for. So I could try to do a swarm with these 4, but I'm not super excited about it. But I think I'm actually going to just send somebody like, it already has 4 wing damage. I will send Richter. Let's see if Richter can get it done. And Richter has luck. Obleaser has timing. We're going to send Obleaser. Sorry. We're going to send somebody with timing on that one. We'll leave him back. Okay. All right. I apologize. That was all a retcon of the flak phase of mission turn 1. And then I retconned 1 move in mission turn 2. I sent the fighter to go pursue. So now we're moving on with mission turn 2, regularly scheduled programming. So we have our rockets. And remember, those 3 in the middle are the perfect kind of targets because, you know, if you miss with the rocket, you hit all these other elements. But I'm actually going to go after these, this one up front because there's 4 to shoot at. And then I'm going to go after this one right here because there's 4 more. So we're going to do 4 rockets there and 4 rockets here. So let's start there first. And got a 6-5, which is not going to be bad. The 6 is here, and then the 5 is a hit. And that hit is a turret. Right? Next rocket. Does anybody have, oh gosh, what's the band that plays Pour Some Sugar on Me? And Rocket. Yeah, it's their Rocket song. It's always going through my head with this. And then, JB, you had the most awesome, funny comment ever, and then I went to reply to you and it was deleted. So why'd you delete your comment? Or did YouTube filter you out again because you're a racist German? I don't know why YouTube picks on you so much, man. He had the best comment. And now I know you guys are probably wondering what it is, but like he was talking about Buttfargan being the perfect guy to have the aft rockets, you know, because the joke about the needing tacos. But that wasn't the funniest one. There was another one. Oh gosh. All right, I'm going to pause real quick. I got to look it up. Oh man, I have it. JB said that the reason that the cable guy doesn't ever work properly is because he told the bombers he would be there between 12 and 6. That was 100% classic. And so I went to respond to it, and it's just completely gone. So either JB, you're frenetic with your posts and you delete your own stuff, or for whatever reason YouTube took offense to the fact that the cable guy was only going to be there from 12 to 6. Oh, that was classic. It is like one of the best responses. I really wanted to give you some props, but anyways, you were filtered again, and please let us know if you end up in some gulag somewhere because we need to get you out. All right, let's go. Next one. Oh, I did roll. Crap. What did I roll? Was it really the 4-2? Well, if it was the 4-2, then, oh, we're okay if it's 4-2. All right, so 4-2. The 2 is definitely a miss, and then the 4 is here. So it moved into that element up there. All right, so that's the second rocket. The third rocket. Okay, 10-1. That's a miss, but the black 10 is right smack in the middle. And then the last rocket, I got a 6-2, and it's a red 6. And the red 6 is actually a big miss. So if this is the last bomber, it is here. So it goes all the way back here, and then the 2, of course, means there's no damage. So we do hit that. We do hit several other elements there, which is sort of what the rockets do, right? I think the whole point of rockets is you take down some bombers and cause the fall-ins to happen, and and then you get a little bit more loose formations. All right. Now we're going to start with this one. All right, we got a black 6 and a 3. The 3 is a miss, of course, and the 6 is a detonation right there. Next rocket, a 7-3 is a detonation here with a miss. Third rocket, ooh, an 8-8. Oh, that's a miss. Never mind, that stinks. All right, and then the fourth one, an 8-2. That's a little bit better, although a 2 is a miss. A red 8 is right here. Okay, so we got a lot of hits in the various elements. And then we have our cannons, which are going to be shooting from the rear. And I think I want to pick on this fallen formation first. So we have 6 cannons, so let's go. Let's go! That is an out of ammo. That is a miss. That's a hit. So that's 3rd time's the charm. Fuselage of 3. 4th hit. Miss. 5th hit. All right, and then 6th. That's an out of ammo, but it's a hit. All right, so this is a rudder of 3. The rudder is now 4, but there's actually 4 rudder damage on this guy. So if that guy were to fall, that is an auto kill. Okay, so we got 3 hits on 1 bomber. Not the best, but also, I guess not the worst either. Okay, so we did that. Oh, now we got to do flak. So let's roll for flak. The 5 is a hit on 3 bombers, and it's right in the formations that we, so it's hitting this one, and this one. So very well done. The first one, ooh, that one fell with a cockpit damage. So we knocked one out. That one could be a dead on arrival. The next one is just a wing damage. And then the 3rd one, fuselage. All right. So we did all that. Cohesion. So let's start with this one up front. Oh, here, I'll pick you up. Let's start with this one. That's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 2. So nothing fails cohesion. It's a little unfortunate, but the detonations are definitely going to create some problems. So let's start with the element way in the back. And my cord keeps getting snagged on things, so my apologies. With the camera. So that element in the back is loose. This element up front is loose and then kaput. And I got to be careful because this is shared between 2 elements. So this causes this element to be kaput and then this other element to be loose. Here we have a loose kaput and then loose again, but this one fell. So another bomber is down. Like so. So that's 2 more experience points for the 2 fallens that have happened so far. Then the one in the middle becomes kaput. And then that's it. So we have some interesting situations. I don't want to say any of them are super fantastic, but we're definitely making a dent, and it's the rockets that just cause all kinds of crazy crap. I don't remember reading much about rockets being all that effective back then, but I guess they were. At least according to this game, they were. I mean, I know eventually, that's all they use these days is rockets, but, they were still in quite an infancy back then. what I find interesting is like if I had a World War II plane and I was designing one using only the technology of the day, I would have put some 88 cannons on my plane. And maybe they would have been too heavy. Maybe that would have been the issue, is an 88 cannon would have been too heavy. But can you imagine? I mean, just have anti-air flak equipped on your plane. And maybe it just doesn't work that way. Like, do you have to like really shoot so far in the sky before the flak will do its thing? But I would have flak weapons on my plane. So that way when I'm shooting, I'd be shooting into a group of bombers or whatever and just be flacking the crap out of them. That's what I would do. But then again, you know, I'm not player's aid, so I don't know what I'm talking about. So you do have that. All right, sorry, I was shuffling while I'm sitting here bitching. And we are moving to mission turn 3. Okay, so I got to do move. I have 2 things here. This one is probably a dead on arrival situation. So what do I want to do with him? Well, these guys have been, their sole purpose has been to just go pursue. I have 2 stacks of BF-110s that are just sitting there with almost nothing to do. So should I send some BF-110s after these? This one here might need some help. Or do I leave my guys out? And because there's an above trailing situation. So if we don't do anything, we might be in a position where we're going to get intercepted. Those above trailing guys are going to intercept something. There's no arguing with that. They're going to try to intercept something. So I think what I'm going to do is send some named guys and get my kills, so I can at least get the points that I need to get. So I'm going to send Richter up against the one that might be a dead on arrival, and I'm going to spend Bar after the other one. And these guys are going to all go up to the sun, so that's nose high. And then as far as back here goes, I have all those BF-110s, and then I have Newman here, who's just sort of waiting to intercept whatever comes their way. This one's moving to the high bombing box so he can use his cable. And I'm going to move these BF-110s to the high box. It is possible that we're going to get intercepted here, and that's fine, but at least my cannon guys won't get intercepted. Because they're either going to go after the most or the least. This is the most, and this is the least. And then this is in the middle. So I guaranteed that these guys aren't going to get intercepted. Okay, that was the strategy. All right. So we did that, and now we got to do the escort phase. So I'm going to do, the red die is for the above trailing, and the black die is for the below. So this is just bad, bad, bad. First of all, the above trailing goes to the box with the most fighters, and the below trailing goes to the above trailing. But they do exit next mission, so these 2 are going to go away, and they're not going to ever get to do anything. So this was their last turn. I'm okay with this, and here's why. I have 8 BF-110s in the most box. And those BF-110s, I could have tried to do a swarm, and you saw how bad that turned out for me a couple of times ago. They're sitting here twiddling their thumbs anyway, so why not take an escort? And I'm going to outnumber that escort by a lot. However, since he's coming from above trailing, I don't have altitude. And there we go. I outnumber him. So that part's good. And if I roll really well, which that 3 is not a good roll, we're not going to do good here. That's not good. So the BF-110, we were not higher, but we do outnumber them. And then I rolled a 3, which puts me here, and that's a dogfight. And it's also a kill. One of us gets killed. So So 1 is destroyed. And that's now minus 2 OP penalty. And I'm just going to go ahead and resolve the dogfight for the next round. This time we rolled an 8. This time it would be a no-no, right? And then we rolled an 8, which puts us all the way up here. So that's a B. So everybody just goes home. So the other 7 make it home okay. That's something. Okay, so that's the end of the escort phase. We got recovery, nothing happens, blast and flak. We got some stuff to shoot down. So I could keep shooting at that one, which is a dead on arrival, or go after something else. I think it's a tough call because that may not fall on its own. So I'm going to keep shooting at it. Here's shot number 1. There's a hit. And it's another 1 damage. Shot 2. Out of ammo. Shot 3. It's a miss. That was a really good roll. And shot 4. Out of ammo. We're not doing too hot here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's all we had was 4. So we hit 1 time. That was really pathetic, actually. And here's the flak roll. It's a 2. So let me consult the oracle here. And all right, we got some hits. So we got this one in the rear, and these 2. So that's 3 hits. Yeah, and those guys haven't been hit before, so that'll be semi-helpful. All right. Here's a wing for this one, and then we're going to do these 2. A wing. And a wing. All right. Oh, I forgot to do Mr. Cable Guy. So let's prove Andrew wrong. Oh, no. It's Canada Day. Let's roll well. All right, we're going to do this one because there's not weak yet. That's a 10. A 10 for Mr. Cable Guy. Oh, that puts a hit. So we draw 1, and it's a nothing burger. All right, so now let's do, we're going to do red and black. This is cohesion. Nothing. And then we have red and black. Only 1s work here. Ooh, the black happens. And the black was kaput. This was a miracle roll. This goes, and then this one actually falls. So we have a fall. And that's an experience point. Okay, and then looking up here, red and black. Oh my gosh, another miracle roll. This one was here, so we get to pick one of these to go down. I guess arguably this would have, more damage. So that goes down. So we got another one. All right, we spent 21 experience points so far, and we're at 8 coming back. So, and then this goes to loose. Okay, so we had no attacks going on. We moved to mission turn 4, and like I said, the escorts are leaving. So these 2 guys go away. And the leave for some other time. So now we got to do our move. So we have 2 over there that need to be intercepted. We have 4 out of ammo situations. We have that guy that's sitting all alone, and he was ready to, like, you know, basically do like a flank type of attack to help with a swarm. I don't even have enough to do a swarm anymore. So that's our situation. We're not, you know, we're not rolling in the dough here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my victory points and run. It's 10 missions. If we get 4 victory points a mission, we score enough to win the whole campaign, because we only have to win the season. We don't need to get a double win. So 4 victory points a mission is all we need. We're currently sitting on 2. And I've always bragged that Ifland is a guaranteed victory point, so why would I not send Ifland after one of these guys? I mean, it makes total sense to me. So we'll send him after this one, only has 1 damage. Actually, we're going to send him after the one with the turret damage, because that's even harder than the one with the wing. And then Aaron's here. We're going to send him after the one with the wing damage. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to go get our victory points while we can. And if I get 4 out of those 5, that's the 4 victory points that I'm talking about. Okay, and we don't need to go hog wild. We only need 4 a match, so we're on match 1. Okay, what am I going to do with that guy in the back? I will at least move him up to tail level in case I want to attack something. I could do a tail low attack on the guy in the rear there. I rolled a 10, I think, here, so this did not fall. Okay, so now we're in the return escort recovery. Now it's time for blast and flak. My apologies, I keep getting texted tonight, so I have to keep pausing. All right, so we sent our guys in. Now I have to decide if I'm going to attack anything. I only have 2 fighters left to pursue anything, so I'm not going to attack anything. The escorts are gone, so I'm going to just go ahead and sit tight. And I'm going to let these 2 guys with the cannons do their magic on the back here. And we're going to drop a cable. Again, the cable right here, that's a 12. And the 12 gives us 1 token again. And that token is a nothing burger. Happy Canada Day! Next is the cannons. So we'll keep shooting at this one. That's a miss and a hit. So our hit is a fuselage gunner. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. This thing is almost destroyed. So now we got to do cohesion check. So we're going to do red, black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this finally becomes loose. And the other one was a nothing. I'm looking around to see if there's even anything else to roll. I mean, I guess these 2, they can degrade if we roll 1. They didn't. And then this one, these 2, again, red for this one. And, oh gosh, both of them degraded. Here, I'll show you. This one, we rolled a 3, and there's 4 of them here, so that degraded. And this one, we had 2, and I rolled a 1 somehow. So that degraded. So we do have some kaputs out there. If we were attacking, that would have been something we could have taken advantage of. It still would have been, well, no, it would have been about a threat of a 1, maybe even 0. Like this one here. It's a 3 threat, -2, -1. I mean, that would have been a 0. That would have been really sweet. So, you know, c'est la vie, I guess. Now we're on to mission turn 5. I mean, the mission is more or less over. We're just wasting time now. But I'm going to once again not attack. I know it seems crazy, but I just don't want to attack. And I have no confidence that those kaputs are still going to be there by the time I come in. So we're going to have to pick a new place to drop our cable though. So the cable will go back here where these three guys are damaged. And then here we're going to do the cannons. So let's do the cannons. That's a miss and an out of ammo. So we're not doing too hot here. And the last one is a miss. Then we go over to here and we do our cable. That's a 15, which is 2 tokens. So we're going to draw 2 tokens. And we have a 2, which is a roll. And that's a nothing burger. And if I roll a 1, we would have done 4 damage to a bomber. It's not happening, folks. Happy Canada Day! Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do red and black. All right, so the red goes loose, and sorry, Andrew, that would have happened regardless. And then black is a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so nothing. Okay, we move to mission turn 6. Yeah, we have to keep rolling. Red, black. Only ones count here, red, black. Ooh, hold on. I said red, black, so this one happens. This guy falls. And this one, though, improves. All right, so we have one that fell, so we're going to send Frey after that one. Mission turn 7. Here we go. We only have one guy left who is not, out of ammo. So where's the cable going to go? If I go after these loose elements, I have to roll really high just to drop 1 token. The only non-loose element is this one here. So I guess we'll do that. So let's do the cable. That's a 13, which is 1 token. And the token is no impact, so since a roll of a 1 doesn't make a difference, nothing happens. And then we have 1 cannon. So we're trying to hit this one guy in the rear, and we miss. Okay, we go to mission turn 8. Well, I guess we do a cohesion check. I'm going to check this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one goes to kaput. And then the other one stays. And then the rest of these I need to roll 1s. And actually the red one happens for several reasons. Number 1, there's 4 tokens here, and this actually goes to kaput. And then the black one happens as well, because I somehow rolled a 1 again. So, all right. Now we're on mission turn 8. Cable will once again go here. That's a 16, that's 2 tokens. All right, if I roll 1, happy Canada Day. Nope. All right. So what do I want to do with my cannon? I mean, sorry, my foot was on the camera again. This thing is kaput. If I fail the cohesion check, this one goes down, and it's an auto kill. So I think I'm going to shoot my cannon after somebody else. So we're going to shoot at this one. And that's a hit. And it's a fuselage of 2. All right, so here we go. Red, black. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one improves. That one stays improved. And then these two, they both improve. And now we're on the last turn of the game. So, last turn of the game, I will continue the cable on these. It's a 16, that's 2 more tokens. I guess you could argue, since I had 2 tokens there, one of them could have caused, that's a complete nothing burger. All right, this one, cohesion failure is not going to make it fall, so I have to go after it with my cannon, and it's a hit. So, we drew an engine, which would be a 0, so that means it's not falling unless I roll a 6. I rolled an 8. Oh, and no ammo guy would have gone, and this guy, right? I would have sent guys to the, since the last turn of the game, I would have sent them. So this one is just a kill. All right, so that's it. Nothing else happens. I mean, we can cohesion check the crap out of the rest of this, but all it's going to do is lead to a kaput. I still find this part of the map to be the more fun part. Somebody asked if there was if I recommend this game. I would say I've put 40 hours of recording into this. And if you count my other 2 playthroughs, I'm probably at over 150 hours of playthrough of this game. If you count Skies and this as the same game, which they are. So I would say, yes, I like this game. Otherwise, I wouldn't play it so much. Does it have flaws? Yes. I said this was my game of the year for, what was it, 2018 or whatever when this came out. Maybe 17. My game of the year prior to that was like Great Western Trail, which is still one of my favorite games of all time. I just love that game, and I'm learning I like that designer, Andrew Pfister, I think his name is, because I really like Maracaibo, which I covered as well. I didn't own the game for a long time, but I did go buy it eventually, and there was one other one like Timbuktu or something like that. I don't own it, but I've played it and I enjoyed that as well. This game, RNG. Yes, tons of it. Can I mitigate the RNG? Not always. And that's the thing. I mean, that's why you saw me lose pilots and get angry about it and all that other stuff. Bad things happen to you in this game and you can't stop it. But okay, this game, it knows that bad things are going to happen to you. And so if you roll with the punches, you can still come out on top. So like some games are just punishing because they know that you're good at the game. And so they're going to just punish you in every way imaginable and say, okay, see if you can still win. This one is punishing, but you still have redemption. And the redemption is what makes this game likable. The other part of it is this stuff with the lethality levels is brilliant. I mean, it's just, this is as good as John Butterfield's dots on D-Day, Omaha Beach. It is same level brilliance. And I love it. I mean, it adds so much tactical value, and the way you come at it from different angles, the way he represented altitude, with these different boxes along the edge. It's a brilliant design. It's marred by people who still love B-17 Queen of the Skies. I'm not from that generation. I do not understand the fascination. And yet people just the design keeps moving back to those roots when the brilliance is here. So that's it in a nutshell. Now, do I recommend it? Of course I do. And I always say, like, I want a game that gives me good mitigations. I have mitigations, and those mitigations are through my skills. So my expert pilot gets luck, which lets me mitigate a hit. I have the sun, which lets me mitigate a hit. I I have, ways to move up the flank so I can swing to the tail. Oh, excuse me. Lets me mitigate TP losses. I see the possibilities for all the escorts, so I can mitigate where I think they're going to go. There's a lot of good mitigation in this game. At the end of the day, you draw your card and say, "Oh, drat, we didn't hit." I mean, Buttfargan is my favorite name of all time of any character in any game. And he died. I mean, he died twice. I don't even get to use him anymore. And so I obviously love Buttfargan. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to him, and he got killed twice. So I can't mitigate everything, but I feel like there's enough that I really enjoy it. Yes, you have to roll a lot of tables at the beginning of each mission, but that's not a big deal. The last thing I'll say about it is I know the person who left the comment made a comment that they loved London Burning or some game like that. I'm not familiar with the game, so I apologize for butchering it. They are making a Skies Above Britain, which is, I guess the designer thought was impossible, but the whoever these people are, they proved to the designer that it would work, and now he gave it a thumbs up approval, and he's really excited, and it's on the P500. And I don't have that many P500s that I do for GMT, but I did this one, Storm Above the Reich, and I have Skies Above Britain on the P500. And if I don't, I better go fix it right now, because that is one of the ones I definitely want to try it. I'm enamored with this game. I stick with my review rating, though, that Storm Above the Reich is a 9 out of 10. If it was its own game, it's only a 5 out of 10 being merged with Skies. Like, it doesn't add much. And I'm still disappointed in that regard. This Sturm 190 thing is pretty cool. The fact that you have and the fact that, we go to the Mediterranean, and that one season was a lot harder. I mean, I complained throughout that entire season about how hard that season was. We were one victory point away from winning that one. So that's actually a little sour. Well, why? Because I'm really tired, and I have to play another whole season of this game when I would have just scored one more victory point. I could have won the whole campaign. So here I am playing 10 more missions. But anyways, it is what it is. And sorry if I'm taking too long talking about stuff, but we got some final things to do, and then we can wrap up this mission 1. Oh, crap. Guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to do this for like 5 turns. All right, let's see what happens. We're going to do 2 turns right here. 10 and 3. 10 would have been these 2 and that one. Ooh. And then 3 would have been the one that we were trying to take down. Interesting. So let's do the 3 first. So we're going to draw for this one. Okay, he would have had an extra engine damage. That might have checked. I mean, that completely changes the game. Cohesion checks everything. I apologize, folks. Well, let's draw a couple more here. This one would have been wing, and this next one, yeah, it would have been 3 damage. So this guy would have been destroyed instead of fallen. And then we could have diverted our cannons or whatever to other things. The fact that this one had an extra damage on it meant that the cohesion checks might have failed. And then if you look at this one over here, these 2 in the middle would have taken damage, and then this guy on the end. I really screwed the pooch on that one. What happened was I took so many breaks in this game. I paused this video recording 6 times. I know I'm just making up excuses, and there is no excuse for it, but when I took the break and came back, I forgot that, this was an over-target map, and I just started playing the mission, and we really probably killed ourselves from getting some extra points. Absolutely killed ourselves from getting extra points. I don't know how to retcon this, because the cohesion check rolls, I don't even know what the values were. I mean, because we were just looking for 1s. Like right here, we were just looking for a 1 because there was only 2 damage markers. Well, that flak would have put extra damage markers here, and that would have made cohesion checks fail more frequently. So, yeah, again, total apologies there. But let's go ahead and score what points we are going to score. And I think we're well on our way to winning this campaign, to be quite honest. So let's start with this first one. We have 19 TP points, and we got a wing. All right, so this is Obleiser. I will give him 2. Puts us down to 17. We're going to draw no 0, and we get a hit with no ammo. So that part stinks. Here's the hit. So engine or another wing. We're going to do another wing because that's a kill. So it was easy peasy. Obleiser gets 2 more experience. And then the staff gets 2 and another victory point. And he goes home safely. All right, next one. This is Richter. All right, so this is a cockpit. This could be a dead on arrival, and it's not. Ooh, oh, and then I gotta pause again. 1 second. Okay, so I'm gonna give him 2. Oh, is 2 enough? I'm gonna give him 3. No, I'm going to give him 4. And then watch, he'll run out of ammo in the first draw. So here we go. Oh, roll for Sun. Sun is somewhere useless. There we go. We take a hit. We do a hit. Richter has luck. And that's all he has. So I guess he'll use his luck. And then we'll do our hit. So we can add an engine damage or a wing damage. Well, the wing has a better chance of taking him down, so we'll do that. And I gave him 4 TP, and there it is. The wing damage destroys him. That was a really good roll. We got a little lucky there. Although we got unlucky with the first roll, so it all depends on how you want to look at it, right? That puts us at 5 victory points. Remember, our goal was only to get 4. So we're already overachieving here. Next one. This one just has fuselage, and it's peanut butter bar time. I'm not giving him any. And nose high, he's out of ammo. And that's not a worry. He will kill him right here. So here we go with the first hit. We could do a turret or another fuselage. We'll do another fuselage. Then we're going to use his timing. Add another hit. We could do an engine or a gunner. We'll do a gunner. Then we're going to use his aim to get another hit. Engine or the fuselage. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. He's just total beast mode. He's not the man, the myth, and the legend, but he is quite close. And he still had another aim and timing he could have used. All right. Next one, Aaron's. He has 1 wing damage. Nothing happened. I will give him 4. So that leaves us, we got 9 TP still. We got more than enough, folks. I mean, it's like, I'm so stingy with the TP, and it's just, I never run out. Nose high. All right, I'm checking Aaron's. I don't think he has quick. No, he doesn't. But he does have timing and aim, so we're going to get some hits in. So here's timing. Turret or wing? We're going to do wing. So it's only the 2 damage on the wing, but that roll stunk. Let's do aim. And here we go. A 3rd wing damage. Now, that's only 3 total damage, but the 3rd one is crucial because this is, yeah, that's a kill. Okay, so Aaron's flies home. And he gets 2 experience points. We get 2 and 1 victory point, and this goes back. So far we're at 100%, not to jinx this. This is a turret. Doesn't matter. Sure, I'll roll. It's even, so he blocks high. Oh, we happen to be going nose high, and he's got 3 luck. And, oh, Canada, we can switch it because he now has quick. We gave him quick, so he'll switch to get a hit. Not that he needed it. But here we go, first hit. Fuselage. First aim. Wing. First timing. Wing, and that's a dead. That's a dead wing. All right, so Ifland is just on a tear. And get another victory point. He's awesome. I mean, Ifland is so good now that he needs to attack on the map before he pursues. Because he can kill both places. He really can. I probably need to start really strongly doing that. All right, so we got Frey here with a wing damage. And boom, that's a dead on arrival. And another victory point. Which was, which means we were 100% for all of our pursuits. And that really is a big difference compared to some other times. And this is the hardest pursuit map, which is funny. All right, so let's summarize the mission. This will be the only one I can play today. I've been getting interrupted so much. 5, 10, 15, 20, 23 experience. We lost 21, and then we lost 2 planes. So that is exactly 23. So we stay at 127 EP. So even after spending 21, we made it all back. We have 9 victory points. So we are starting off with 9, well on our way towards 40. And then we have a -2 OP for the next mission. There you have it, 1944 early. 9 victory points. I would say that's not bad. I think we could have gotten more. I totally screwed up the flak phase, so my apologies there.